Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Dog Talk Sports. Oh, oh. Welcome back. As you can see, it's your boy P. Schmitty in the driver's seat tonight, joined all the way down in Yeehaw land. Howdy ho, Mr. Danimal. Welcome back to the podcast.
It's good to be back. Good to be back. Had a nice little break, and now we're back.
Listen, love it, love it, love it. Since you've last been on the pod, a lot of stuff has gone down. We are in the thick of it with NFL playoffs. Super Bowl is right around the corner. We are almost a week away from the big game. Coaching changes left and right. Um, a lot, a lot going on. But I mean, I think before we get into the football, it would be a disservice if I didn't just poke the bear, who is our fearless co-host. Mr. Zach is not on the podcast this evening, but I mean, he's gonna hate it. But you know what? We gotta talk some New York Yankees baseball.
Yep.
Um, since you last sat in on us, we did not have a an outfielder by the name of Cody Bellinger under contract. Since then, we locked up Mr. Bellinger on a lucrative 5-year deal. Plenty of opt-outs. Um, I mean, again, I don't think that's enough, but hey, here we are. What's your thoughts on Mr. Bellinger back in the old pinstripes? Do you think that was just a foregone conclusion that he was coming back, or was there a real concern that maybe he was gonna go elsewhere?
The concern was real. I mean, it seemed like the deeper we got into the process, it became more and more real. I thought from the start there was no way he wouldn't be back because Aaron Judge kind of demanded it with the statement that he made before free agency began. So that was one that I kind of thought was going to happen. It put them back over the luxury tax, and because I knew it was going to put them back over the luxury tax, I didn't have any faith that anything else would happen. And really, nothing else has happened, and they'll probably just go into the season like Brian Cashman said. What was it? Not even a week ago. Again, another very defiant message to the fans who paid the bills. Um,
What an asshole.
when you have a lifetime contract, you don't really care about PR as much anymore, I guess.
Just a special kind of asshole to just be like, what, what do you mean we didn't make any changes? This this team is different.
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
be a little different come trade deadline because
Yeah, we don't have
will
Luke
happen.
Weaver on our team anymore. Like,
Right, we lost people.
yeah. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination that our roster got better.
No, it undeniably got worse, especially from a bullpen standpoint. Um, I'm okay with Grisham. I know a lot of people aren't okay with Grisham. I don't think we're as bad in that spot as people think we are. The pitching right now in the bullpen,
The red flag.
how do you trust that?
It's it's that's a big concern. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I agree with you. The Grisham thing, it's not as big of a deal as we all made it out to be,
Right.
but it's just amplifying the fact that we weren't doing anything. We weren't in on the big conversations of the Kyle Tuckers, the Bregmans, the Bichettes, the all of those. Like that was it was a pipe dream on our part because in our minds, oh, were the 1998, the 2000 New York Yankees. Of course, we're in these conversations. 2026 is here and now, and we are a completely different team than years past.
Yeah, we don't operate under George anymore. Hal has a different way of doing things, and it seems like with the because we're getting a lockout, right? I think we all agree to some
And
extent there won't be baseball in 2027.
thank you, Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, yeah, and
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 your $500 million in deferred contracts.
what I want to know is not that I think this is going to happen. There is a full-fledged salary cap in baseball.
How does that work?
What we're right. What has to happen in order for that to work? Do the
Yeah,
Dodgers just need to
yeah,
forfeit
yeah,
contracts?
yeah, by the way, all right, so now Shohei Ohtani, you are no, you are a Texas Ranger now.
But he
Congratulations.
actually might be the one guy who survives because of all the deferred money.
Like it just yeah, how I would love to see like the how is that gonna work out
Right.
going going forward with them because their payroll is so bloated. It's it's stupid. It really is. Like this is NBA, this is LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh just gaggling together, but like I don't know. They were like, all right, we're gonna take it up a couple notches here.
Yeah.
There's no all right, there's no way that they don't three-peat, right?
But in baseball, it's tougher. There's no way that they're not a Final Four team. There's no way.
It it would take a cataclysmic like
Yeah. No,
implosion.
they're going to be in the World Series. That I guarantee they're a Final Four team. They're going to be in the World Series, though, and there's
Yeah.
just nothing that we can do about that.
Yeah. They're a Final Four team and they're not finishing less than two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not. Now we could have gotten lucky against them when we played them,
All right.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Aaron Boone and Nestor Cortez. I we could have beat them.
think of think of what that would have done for baseball if we had won that World Series, because
It
then you would have
flips
more
things
interest.
on its ear. And you know what? And Soto's a Yankee.
Soto's
Like
a Yankee.
Soto's like it just the dominoes just
More people want to play for the Yankees because we won again.
yeah, like it full
Huge
circle.
opportunity lost.
Oh,
Huge opportunity lost, man.
it was there.
It was there.
It
And I
was
don't care what anyone says. We win game 1,
we won the World
we
Series.
win the World Series.
Because that was like we went up to the bully and we were like, pop.
No, for real. And let's be honest, going into the series, we were all pumped up. I don't know how many of us were confident.
Dude, when Soto hit that home run against the Guardians, there you couldn't tell me different that things were we were sweeping the Dodgers in my eyes. Like
It was
I
pandemonium.
was I was bought in.
Uh,
I was all in.
I'll tell you what, man, that
God,
is a top 7 or 8 moment in my watching Yankees baseball history.
that's that home run's better than Boone hitting it against the Red Sox. Yeah, it was
That's close.
because
But you know what? He
we
was so locked in. Oh, man.
just the emotion, the uh, and it had been so long since we went to the World Series, and I
That's
think
true.
that's what puts it over the Boone home run. The Boone home run is amazing because it's against the Red Sox, and it
Yes.
was like the 12th inning, I think. It was something crazy. But oh God, man, he and just stopping on the first baseline and just
I know, I know. You make a good point. I mean, we were winning a lot back then. We were going to World Series all the time.
oh yeah, going to the World Series was like changing socks for us.
Yeah. But just to further my point, I mean, I read something the other day, and it's so true. The owners can legitimately lock the players out forever, and that includes the small market owners. And the reason why is they make more money when they book the stadium for a concert. So if you book that stadium up for concerts and stuff like that, and especially in southern states, right, where it's always warm and it's an outdoor sport, the
Yeah,
owners
your turnaround, you're having an
guarantee
event. You're having three events a week.
easily they will make way more money than if there's an actual baseball season played. So the owners are going to get what they want. The players will lock themselves out for as long as they want until they realize that it's probably not
Oh,
going to happen to the extent that they want it to happen.
oh wow, we're not getting paid anymore.
Yeah. Guess what? Replacement players, because it's a world sport now. It's the American pastime, but it's the world sport now.
Yeah, put me in.
Yeah, right. Let's
Put
let's see
me
if
in,
I still got
coach.
anything left in this arm. I don't think
Oh
so.
my God. This guy right here, I bet you I can foul ball off of a scrub pitcher.
Yeah, give me a knuckleballer. I could foul one off.
Yeah. Don't throw anything more than 80 miles an hour. Just close my eyes and swing as hard as I can.
But yeah, listen, I don't have any faith that they're going to do anything else because of that. I'm honestly like it's so stupid, but I guess we should be happy that they signed Bellinger. At least we're getting that.
I, God, this is like such the you put the frog in the water and then you just turn the temperature up slowly until it
Mm.
cooks himself. Like this is where we're at. Like, oh wow, Bellinger. All right, yeah, this is great.
So, so my brother Nick, who has his famous Jets rant on here, got his nephew, my son Elliot, a Build-A-Bear, and he got him three jerseys to go with the Build-A-Bear. He got him a Jets jersey, a Giants jersey, and a Yankees jersey. He's wearing the Giants one right now because that one is actually being celebrated.
Don't change it.
And I told my wife the other day, I'm like, we're gonna put the Yankees one, on them for come baseball season. And I thought about it. I was like, do I really want the Yankees one on there during baseball season?
I mean,
We're gonna
they're gonna make the playoff. Like
they're gonna make the playoffs.
they're gonna make the playoffs and like just talking about the Soto home run. Man, right now I feel like Soto posting his love letter clips to Aaron Judge right now.
He's
Tell,
an interesting guy,
tell
man.
me that doesn't mean something.
I listen. I think he's sorry that he took the most money when realistically, I
It's
mean,
because he listened to his mommy. Because his mommy got a wardrobe and a free suite.
yep. And he's paying the same taxes. It's not like he's playing in a different state. So that's not
Now,
an argument.
now his borough sucks though.
Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of does.
I
But
yeah.
the
I
Mets, I mean, Met fans seem happy now. Just touching on them for a quick second before we get back in.
yeah.
Um, I think that their owner is a really emotional guy, and he hasn't yet figured out how to run a baseball team. I think what happened was he totally gave it over to Stearns. It was like, okay, this was a disaster. Now I'm going to be hands off, and it's totally your vision. And we saw that play out. Pete Alonso leaving. Um, what's his name going to the Dodgers? Help me, help me, help me. Their closer.
Oh, yeah. Uh, keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Listen, I think what happened was Steve Cohen's on social media. He talks
Edwin Diaz.
Edwin Diaz, thank you. He talks to the fans, more than other owners normally would. And I think what happened was he saw all the Mets fans were pissed, and then he went to his little nerd sitting there in the corner, and he was like, "No, we're not going this whole off season with you thinking that we're going to get by with our farm system. So make some moves." And I think that's what happened.
You got I mean, you got to. And again, look at our farm system. We have all these treasures that we say we do, but yet I was reading something that um our lefty Aaron Judge down there, Spencer Jones, can't hit a can't hit a triple A pitch to save his life, and they're very concerned that when he comes, because he struck out, I think it was like 150 or 180 times in the minors.
That's a lot
Yeah,
for AAA ball.
for two A and triple A, like that's a lot of strike. I mean, his other numbers look pretty decent, but that's a lot of strikeouts, and it's very concerning because the gap between triple A to the majors is like jumping the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
And if you're having problems hitting triple A pitches, God, what are you gonna bat 180?
Yeah, I think there's a reason why Cashman offered him and the two other prospects. I think what was it? Our shortstop
Lombard Jr.
Lombard and somebody else. I think it was a pitcher or something like that for Skeens,
Skeens.
and the Pirates said no.
No, we want more.
Or yeah, or they're just like they're looking around the league at all these different farm systems, and they're going, I kind of would rather have that guy from that system instead. I think so. Yeah, this is what we get. We shoot ourselves in the foot. We hang on to these prospects until it slaps us in the face. And I think we're going to see that with Spencer Jones. I don't think we're going to see that with Lombard. Everything I hear about him sounds pretty positive, but he's still
Yeah,
a
but we're
prospect.
we're not going to see Lombard Jr. until 2027 at the
Right.
earliest. And there might
Right.
not even be a season. So 2028.
Exactly. So we're shoot,
Because you
we're
know
two
what?
years.
There Volpe, man, he man, the life just sucked out of your face.
Because
Volpe,
your
he's
shortstop needs to be able to play shortstop.
he's a guy. He's good. He's looking good.
Too.
Like
Seriously, like he doesn't have a strong enough arm to play shortstop. He doesn't. And what we thought he was going to be good at was hitting,
and
and
he can't do that.
he can't really do that on a consistent basis. It showed up a little bit in the playoffs, and that was nice, but
Yeah, he hits in the playoffs, but guess what? It's 162 games in a year.
yeah. So that's the other thing that we don't know, is with the collective bargaining, if they're going to make any changes there. They're talking about doing some kind of in-season tournament now, NBA
Oh,
style. I mean, tell us that you don't value your regular season anymore simply by saying that.
what is like this in season tour? Like, no
I
one
don't know.
cares. Nobody
Why
cares.
why do we need it in baseball? Because it's not like guys are sitting back to backs every single time like they do in an 82 game season for the NBA.
No,
Why do we need it in baseball? We don't.
don't. Absolutely not. Yeah, I I agree wholeheartedly on that. I'm just very jaded coming into this season. I don't have that zest, but again, it's also -20 out right now. There's a foot of snow on the ground and there's no end in sight. So maybe come March or April, I'll sing a different tune, but I just yeah, Cashman, his interview was just like who like him and Hal like how do you know we're you can't assume that we make a profit. You're a $7 billion company. How are you
They think
not?
we're stupid.
And we made changes. And then I can't wait for when we get Garrett Cole and Rodon back in the rotation in May and June, that's like a boom.
Yeah,
That,
that's like making a trade.
that's like those are a couple of huge transactions. Oh wow, gee Wilkers,
They were
you're
on the
holy.
books, by the way.
And you know what? In May and June, I'm gonna be, oh my God, we're getting Rodon and Cole back. This is great. God, we're doomed.
Uh, it's the American League is looking pretty soft, so I think we're just going to have an easy path to the playoffs, but I don't have any faith after that.
Yeah. I mean the American League is soft, but it's just the National League is like just on levels above us.
Yeah,
But I mean, the New York Yankees are, I guess, what is it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, just expecting different results.
pretty much, pretty much.
And me and our other co-host that's absent, Mr. Raymond, just ever the consumers will, of course, opening day baseball, baby, will probably be there with our freshly pressed New York Yankees jerseys, our crisp hats, foam fingers, chicken buckets. Ah,
No, listen, and just to hang out, I'd be there with you guys, so I can't really say anything in
yeah, I
that
know.
matter.
I
But
know.
I mean, it's like my football team is the greatest disaster of all time. And if somebody said, if we were still home, hey, let's go to a game, this weekend, be like,
All
oh,
right.
let's go for $2 and, have some beers in the parking lot, grab a hot dog, chicken fingers, fries, whatever, and just
Boom.
shoot the shit over the football game. That's probably going to be terrible for 3 hours and check our fantasy teams.
So, I mean, I feel like this is the perfect segue. Put a nice little ribbon on the New York Yankees. Yeah, Yankees will probably win 89 games, make the playoffs, get bounced in the wild card, perhaps, maybe, maybe a divisional, but NFL football, baby.
Yes.
Here we are. Just a couple of guys, just with two subpar teams, just sitting with the first overall draft pick,
A second
the
overall draft
second overall draft pick.
Either way, we should be on Zoom during the draft, you and I,
Oh
for
yeah.
both the first pick, even though we know what it's going to be, and the second pick, because
Well,
it'll actually be funny.
listen, we can't make assumptions because we've done some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, they have. It's tough to see them getting this one wrong, but
Yeah. Listen, I I wear my team proudly, but it's not for lack of things being interesting because what was the draft that I watched with you and Zach, and it was
yeah,
the Daniel Jones draft.
that's right.
And I forget who we. Oh, I think we picked. Oh, it was the tackle from Alabama. I think
That's right. Um,
who's not even in the league.
no, he's out of the league. He couldn't make it at any position.
Yeah, he. What uh, what year was that? That was 2019.
19.
We drafted Cleveland Farrell.
Oh, defensive lineman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we drafted Cleveland Farrell with the fourth overall pick, and then I'm pretty sure uh I thought we had another pick in the first round, but maybe not. We drafted Josh Jacobs later on in that draft, so
Mhm.
that that made up for it. But Cleveland Farrell was uh was the pick, and I mean there was plenty of different options that could have been in that draft.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I wanted Josh Allen.
That was
The offensive, the defensive line, the the DN Josh Allen.
oh, that's right. That's right.
But
Yeah.
that's who I wanted, and we just blew by that one. So
I will admit, the Raiders have definitely had a very turbulent time drafting,
can't
especially
draft
early.
can't draft for shit in the first
Now,
round.
the Jets, every now and then, we think they hit on something and then we ruin it or we trade it away.
I, okay, and perfect because I mean the only thing standing from Brees Hall, is he going to be a Jet?
Man, they're probably going to slap him with the transition tag. I don't really know how teams value. There might be a team out there that goes, man, we could really make a jump with him. And if they want to pay him, if they want to overpay him, then the Jets are going to get compensated for it, and they're probably not going to match him. That's
Chiefs.
maybe. I could see the Chiefs doing that, especially with Reed just trying to hold it together
I
until
mean,
Mr. Mahomes comes back.
they didn't want to give a third round pick for him, but they I think they might if he's available in the old free agency. So yeah, I mean, because you guys that draft, you drafted Brees, Wilson.
Sauce and Jermaine Johnson.
That's a
It was a, it was a really really good draft.
Now Sauce Gardner is nursing an Achilles.
Yeah, he's having a rough time, man.
You traded him. Would you got a first for him?
We actually got two firsts for him. So
Released the Colts, who didn't even make the playoffs.
that is so bad, dude. Oh. Can you imagine you're a Colts fan?
No,
Your team is 8-1 or 8-2, right? They went 8-2, not because I think they were 7-1 and then they lost and then they won the following week. So I think at one point they were 8-2. You
first
had
place,
sitting there,
first place in football.
yeah, first place in football, exactly, on the path to at least a deep playoff run. Your team just traded for one of the best man-to-man cover corners in the league.
I will preface this by saying that Sauce, ever since he got paid, is not it's not the sauce that got paid.
Yeah, he came into the league a dog.
He
The
got
fame got to
comfortable.
him.
He got
He
comfortable.
he
Once
got
you
very
get
comfortable.
once you get that Buffalo Wild Wings sauce named after you, he's getting
And
Buffalo Wild Wings money.
Ice Spice. I called it as soon as that happened. I was like, oh, he's ruined. I was like, you
Ruined.
you you watch. I mean, football was probably the last thing on his mind. So He needs to be motivated. He needs to be coached hard, man. So I think that's the only way that he gets back to being a dog. Because really, he's not that physical of a player. Like he came into the league being able to shut people down in the passing game, and that's very valuable, but that's not an all-around corner.
No, and I mean, yeah, the motivated thing is because just from an outsider's perspective, I don't follow the Jets by no means, but I can look at a play and see a defensive pass interference when he's just dogging behind the guy, just grabbing on the guy's coattails, just hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, there's Darrelle Revis, who played on bad teams while he was developing into one of the best cornerbacks ever. And then there's the Sauce Gardners of the world who come in with more talent. Let's go. He's more talented than Darrelle Revis, and he'll never be that kind of dog right now.
No, no.
Man, and I know Revis left and all that, but man, he was something else, dude. He
You
was.
guys listen, that in that condensed period of time, this is perfect. So in that condensed period of time, that team, your your defense as a whole, you there's no team that you couldn't step to and lock down.
I wish we had a better pass rusher on that team. That's what held it back. It had a chance to be one of the better defenses of all time. The problem was that they could never get to the quarterback. And they locked everything up on the back end and they locked up the running game on a consistent basis, and they played hard all the time, but they could not get to the quarterback, man. And we know you need to be able to do that, especially in a deep playoff run. That's why they couldn't cap those seasons with chips. It's part of the reason, because it's not like, yeah, you know what, Mark wasn't a franchise quarterback, but for those 2 years, he was actually halfway decent.
The manager, listen, if Trent Dilfer can win a Super Bowl or Brad Johnson can win a Super Bowl, they
Yeah,
they were they were crutched up by superior defenses.
and it's really something when you think about it. I mean, he came out of the league with, a red flag of, and this is my problem with a guy like Ty Simpson, even though I know a lot of people like 15 college starts. So he came into the league not being a really experienced quarterback, and just like you said, like kind of just managed it. And I think it had a lot to do with the coach. I think the coach demanded that he diminished himself and put the rest of the team before him, and he did that. So got to be given a little bit of credit for that. We had better quarterback play, and we had and if we had one pass rusher, it'd be a different story.
So you mentioned Ty Simpson. I mean, declares for the draft. I mean, this draft, besides old Freddie boy, is a lot to be desired in the quarterback room
Yeah,
coming out. Do you think, and I know Zach mentioned this, that just by the sheer declaration that I'm coming out in the draft, that does he does he get bumped up into the first round for a team that's like, man, I need a quarterback?
I'm not going to say that yet. And the reason why is I still think that there are people like a Garrett Nussmeyer who bowled at the Senior Bowl that just ended. And man, if he works out really well, people are going to be looking at him in the first round. Last year was an injury riddled season for him. If he had declared the year before, he would have been a first round pick.
Yeah.
So people are sleeping on him. People are sleeping on Cade Klubnik. If he tests well, I think you'll see him second, maybe third round. I don't think Ty Simpson is the lock that everybody is saying that he is. I think he's a really, really, really intriguing prospect. I think for the right team, if he could sit behind a veteran quarterback, that's the best move because I don't think he's ready yet. I wouldn't play him yet, and that's why I wouldn't take him in the first round. You know, and there are going to be people, oh well, Andy Reid took Patrick Mahomes number 10. Okay, well, they also had Alex Smith, who you couldn't argue against at that point. They were not going to bench Alex Smith, who was balling at
No.
that point in time. So what they did was they gave themselves the best quarterback room possible, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so I could see it, but I think a lot has to play out before I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that he'll be a first rounder.
because so I mean, Jets have a lot of capital to make a move happen where I mean, you got two second round picks, right?
So we have two number ones and two number twos, and
In
then
this year.
yeah, this year, and then next year we have three number ones and two number twos.
So, I mean, realistically, if the Jets wanted to package those two twos this year and jump into the end of the first round, it definitely could happen if they wanted to.
It could play out a bunch of different ways, man. There are a lot of holes on this team. They have some special teams dogs, but there are a lot of holes. And what I would like to see them do is take one of the pass rushers at two, one of them. Ruben Bain is my
Oh,
preferred.
he had a monster playoff and a monster championship game.
Yes. And he's been good since 2022, and he played hurt all year this year and still killed people in the running game.
If if the Raiders didn't have the urgent need at quarterback where like Fernando Mendoza is the pick. We
He has to
consent
be the pick, right?
has to be. He will be he's the perfect person with the perfect mindset, attitude, just the whole encompassing thing to be your cornerstone franchise guy. And I think him under the Tom Brady umbrella and hopefully the Clint Kubiak coaching tree will be the
Yeah,
perfect scenario for him. If there was any other realm of if Geno Smith was halfway competent and uh he could string together like a successful season, man, Bane would be I would right
lick
here
your chops for a player like that. And
pairing
realistically,
him up with Max Crosby.
that would be dirty. That would be really, really dirty. Even Arvell Reese, who I can't dismiss Arvell Reese. My problem is that he's not as good in the run game, and he hasn't been dominating college football for as long as Ruben Bain. So why wouldn't I go with Bain at number two?
Proven commodity.
Proven and played through injury. He played that whole playoff through an injury, and that's getting lost. I mean, he really played well considering that.
Yeah, he's a dog, a doggy doggy dog.
No,
So there's no chance that the Jets are like, hey, Las Vegas, here's a boatload of compensation for Freddie Mendoza.
no, it's not going to happen because they haven't earned the right to make that kind of move. Number one, and really, I mean, all this stuff. I mean, Aaron Glenn was very apathetic in his exit press conference with the media. Basically, I failed the team. He knows he gave
Oh,
me a very
dude,
good idea. Okay.
all right, how I understand it was his first year as as a head coach and growing pains, et cetera, et cetera. It he made it really hard to bring him back, in my opinion.
He made it as hard as it could possibly be, and the only thing that saved him was the fact that it was the 33rd team that convinced Woody, okay, we're going to give him a 5-year deal and you're going to be hands off at least for this amount of time. You know, you have to give him this amount of time. And I think that what they probably told them was, you got to give him 2 years before you see competitive football. I think that's what they probably told them. There's a chance he might not make it through until Halloween this upcoming year. But with that being said, the reason why I don't think that they're going to package anything to move up, except maybe like you said, the back end of the first round, is because they know that they have a lot of holes to fill.
Okay.
Now, that's too good a player to pass up at 2. I don't want them trading back. There's not going to be a team really willing to trade up, I don't think, for a non-quarterback prospect. I
No,
mean, unless they really just get blown out of the water. But even then, I don't want them to do that. I want them to stay there and take that player. And then at 16, that's where I can say, okay, take the phone calls. I want you to move back.
I
I
I get
want
it.
additional draft picks for 2027. Yeah, I'm going to be real greedy when it comes to 2027. Real greedy.
Well, you're gonna need to because if I mean it's it's Manning, right?
It's him and it's these other guys that are coming out too that everybody's falling over already that, what
Manning.
I'm
It's
going to
Manning.
be good.
Like we
It's
said,
Manning.
if if Manning was in this draft this year, he would still be the consensus first overall pick.
No, it would still be Mendoza.
I don't think so.
Ah, man.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, and just
Uh,
and even just judging by who was it? Our boy Dan Orlovsky, who I value his opinion.
I do.
Um, he said that from everybody that he's talked to in the league, that it was hands down slam dunk, like we're not even having the conversation. Which, and I mean, after watching the playoff that Freddie Mendoza had, like he put on a show,
Arch hasn't done that yet, man.
and that touchdown run by Mendoza, that was like the cherry. Like, all right, that
The dogs were howling as he was
oh,
crossing the goal
oh,
line.
oh. And the only thing I was thinking was, don't get hurt. Don't get
Yeah,
don't get hurt. And
I know, man.
I think it was like the second play of the game, he took like a cheap pop. Like the guy popped him right in the face, and I was like, "Oh, you fuck."
Oh, they were trying to hurt him the whole
I,
game.
I know they were laying the hammer down on him.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I understand the argument that Arch Manning would go number one. I understand that. My feeling is that Mendoza this year is ready to take snaps for your football team. I don't think Arch is ready to take snaps for your football team.
I listen, and you know what? We're drafting Mendoza hypothetically, of course, first overall. I would imagine that he's going to be the day one starter.
He has to be.
I would imagine. I don't see in any scenario where there's still a stopgap in front of him, like a Kirk Cousins or something like that. I just can't see it. This is like, all right, here's the keys, hop in and take it for a drive.
You back him up with two quarterbacks who could play if necessary. That's what you do. Veterans. You want both
Listen,
of them to be vets.
my boy Aiden O'Connell, I'm just saying, it took Pete Carroll to the last game of the year to play him, and god dang, Like, if he played the entire year, like
You look good.
that's
You-
like that's a serviceable starter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You draft Mendoza, your quarterback room all of a sudden looks really, really good. And then you add a vet, take a Tyrod Taylor, who I think the Jets are going to keep, but you know what I mean? That kind of player. You bring that kind of player in, right? A Marcus Mariota, something like that. Mariota might get a chance to start next year. Who knows? But that's what I would do. Load that quarterback room up. You're taking Mendoza, you're keeping O'Connell, and you're bringing a vet in, right? And the vet is not coming in to start. And your quarterback room is looking great, dude. And then you bring in a Kubiak, a sharp young offensive mind, and then now you need a head coach of the defense. With a Kubiak, you need a head coach of the defense.
Jim Schwartz, baby.
Jim Schwartz, do it. Do it. You know what? He really should have been a head coach this time around, I think, again. Hire him, set it and forget it, let him take it. And special teams coordinator. You know, you guys used to have elite special teams unit year in and year out, and you need to get back to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it's when we were drafting kickers in the first round.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting do that, but have some gunners and some people who could do things other than kick the ball.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
because that was
and
bad, dude. The special, I mean, when I watched that game against the Giants, I'm like, holy, like, yeah, the man, the Raiders are really bad, but this special teams is like the worst special teams unit I've
it
ever
was
seen in
just
my
a
life.
poorly coached team from top to bottom. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think just the complete overhaul once again. And you know what? We got sold a bill of goods with Pistol Pete. This was like him using his name his name value to cash in one last time and get his kid a gig.
with
Like,
all the nepotism.
God, it's just that right there just is almost worse, in my opinion, than your boy AG just wasting people's times flying them into into New Jersey to be like, oh, yeah, by the way, you're not gonna call the plays on defense. We're just I'm gonna you're just gonna hold a clipboard.
Yeah, he like I said in the text, he leads the free world in wasting people's time. You might have a point there because while AG has shown pretty much nothing except the ability to pick one coach so far who's done a good job and not done a good job himself, obviously, there hasn't been nepotism. So I can't accuse him of that.
No, no, but like like to just think that like these are like problems on like an NFL team, like secret meet player meetings to go over offensive line schemes because the coach's kid is running the O line and has no clue what he's doing.
Yeah, man. That like I'm trying to remember when I've ever heard something like that.
I've never, ever like
That's really interesting. But
it also makes me think like, all right, if there was all this chaos, right? Ashton Genty's got to be that much better off going into year two
absolutely.
after having 80% of his runs touched in the backfield.
Yeah, he led the league by a lot, I think, in yards after touch, yards after first contact.
Yeah, it was far and away number one.
Yeah. So I think he'll have they need to obviously make some upgrades with all the cap that they have for the O line, the interior of the O line, except for your boy at center, right? You like him?
Well, I mean, Pete Carroll had him competing at guard with Alex Kappa. So, yes, Jackson Powers Johnson should be the starting center for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, what if you get Linderbaum?
Okay, well then, all right. If we get him, then there's a conversation to be had that he stays at guard.
Because Giants fans are just like automatic that they think Linderbaum's going to the Giants.
I
They were
I know.
automatic that Todd Monken was going to be their offensive coordinator too. So
Oh, I my is that your six shooter that you just pulled out of your out of
it's
your
loaded.
waistband and you're pop pop pop? Yeah, so let's talk a little Giants football. Because I mean, conspicuous by their absence, Zach is flying the Giants flag very high and heavy right now, and as he should be.
He should be.
I would be very excited too if I just got John Harbaugh as my head coach.
Mhm.
Um, and you just have this nucleus of youth at the forefront. Just everything's promising right now.
Yeah.
And of course, Ray, he's back in his Giants fatigues. He has hung up the Joe Burrows of yesterday right now. So
His broken ass Joe Burrow.
somebody should probably call Joey B and check in on him. Um, but yeah, no, John Harbaugh is Super Bowl winning coach. Got the old heave ho because they chose Lamar over him essentially. Um, like this is
Or let me ask you this. Did they choose Lamar? Did they just choose to clean house completely?
okay. Yeah, that could also be said because I mean, again, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, yes, John Harbaugh won a championship however many years ago, over it.
2012.
Okay, so over a decade. The game's a little bit different. Always confined his way to the parking lot of the dance. It's not always voted the prom king, though. So,
No. But for Giants fans that have seen the worst stretch of football in the team's history over the last 14
poof,
years,
listen, the prom king just walked into the building right
you're
now.
you're, you're at rose petals.
Yeah.
Rose petals. Because what have you been watching for the
Uh,
last 14 years? You've been watching the Jets. Let's call it what it is. You have almost an identical record as the Jaguars and the Jets over the last 14 years. So it doesn't matter that a guy like John Harbaugh hasn't won the Super Bowl in a while. What you said matters, and that's he's bringing you to the dance.
yeah.
You're going to be a part of the conversation. You're going to be relevant. People want to play for you. Fans
Hopefully.
want to watch you.
Hopefully.
I
I
think it,
mean, as long as he doesn't bring his kids along and plop
yeah.
them in cush jobs.
Listen, John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh respect the game
Yeah,
way too much,
they're coaching dogs.
and their network is extensive. People want to coach under them.
Yeah, their resume speaks for itself.
Yeah, I don't think that Giants fans have anything to worry about as far as him putting the staff together. I don't think they have anything to worry about as far as where they're going to spend their money in free agency, where they're going to draft, what they're going to trade, all that kind of stuff. I just think that as long as John Harbaugh is in control, they're going to be so much better off than in any of the previous situations that they were in.
Yeah, and I mean, sweeping changes were made throughout that franchise to give John Harbaugh the ability to make those decisions and make those moves. So, um, Giants still do not have an offensive coordinator, am I correct?
That is correct.
So, I mean, a lot of interesting names still available to work hand in hand with a Jackson Dart. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you got somebody like Cliff Kingsbury, if he chooses not to, because I don't think he's going to wind up a head coach anywhere in this coaching cycle because he's already done Arizona. So I don't see a remarry there, and he's not on the Raiders um, radar. Maybe a Davis Webb, perhaps.
So the strongest momentum right now, if you're paying attention to all the smoke signals with the media, um, Cliff Kingsbury is the favorite for the job. Shane Day, because of his quarterback development pedigree, has a scheduled interview. And Charlie Weiss's son, Charlie Weiss Jr., who did not go over with Charlie Weiss to LSU, but stayed at Ole Miss, um, and he has a direct history with Jackson Dart and would have Harbaugh's interest. So that would also be an interesting hire. I think it should be Kingsbury. I think go with the proven commodity, go with the guy who has done it for a while in the NFL, and take it from there and see what happens. Like I said, I'm really not that worried about the Giants putting the staff together. There are a lot of good options. There's Alex Tanney, Colts quarterback coach, who did a really good job with Jalen Hurts. Jim Bob Cooter, we've heard that name before. He's been in and around, in the NFL for a long
Old
time.
Jim Bob Coop.
Old Jim Bob Cooter. So, from that standpoint, they're going to be fine. Like I said, I'm not worried about Harbaugh putting the staff together, and I'm not worried about them making incorrect moves going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, all the uh all the kudos and the props and the praise to the Giants for getting the deal done to at least show your franchise, hey, we are moving forward in a positive direction. So it's
If I could backtrack to the Jets real quick, because listen, I'm not going to top my brother's rant, right? And Giants fans, like, listen, they have every reason to celebrate right now. I'm not going to say anything negative, right? Because that would just me, that
that'd be
that would
sour grapes at
that'd
this
be
point.
sour grapes and loser speak, and I don't want to go down that road. So congratulations to them. They probably won the offseason with that hire, no matter what happens going forward. But with Aaron Glenn, just going back to Aaron Glenn real quick. There is about a 98.9% chance that he's going to get fired before the year ends. The only way that other 1.1% chance happens is if he puts together any kind of respectable coaching staff. That's the only way it's going to happen. The way that they went around, like the way that we got to this point, them firing Tanner Engstrand the way that they did, basically first saying that they demoted him, which we all caught on, or at least some of us caught on to the fact that they did that to circumvent the Rooney Rule so that they wouldn't have to have all these interviews and waste people's time, because Aaron Glenn's real good at that. What needs to happen, let me just get to the point. They need, and they've got,
I feel you firing up, right?
because they're going to send me into a tailspin, and I can't allow that to happen tonight. So let me just sum it up like this. Aaron Glenn is going to call the defense. Aaron Glenn is essentially back to being a defensive coordinator with head coach responsibilities. Okay.
Sure, because
That's what's going.
we all know it's not the ninth Zoom meeting with old Brian Duke. That's
Yeah, no.
it's not.
Brian Duker was with him with the Lions. Now, there are people around the league who are like, "Oh, it's not as bad as you think. It's not as bad as you think." Here's what I know is that the way that we got to this is so stupid and really, really embarrassing. So we took a guy like Wink Martindale, who, still respectable to me, in my opinion. Maybe
A,
I'm a nutcase.
no, a proven name in the league who has led defenses of substance and proven results.
Like, I don't think of Rex Ryan when I think of Wink Martindale, but he's not far off, and he's kind of the same character. That would have been cool. Actually really enjoyed that. Let's see what happens type deal, right? Okay, so you made an agreement with him. You had plenty of discussions before the meeting even took place, right? Before the in-person interview even happened.
It was a handshake agreement.
Handshake agreement. The defense is yours. You're the head coach of the defense. Congratulations. That's all yours.
Fly on over to Jersey.
All right, right. So we're going to waste your time with several interviews and backdoor conversations, then fly you out. And then when you get here, we're going to flip the script on you. We agreed to that. What we're
Yeah, so
going to do is Aaron Glenn's going to call the place.
while you're here, things are the same, but everything's different.
That's not the deal that we had on the table when I go. But okay.
Yeah, that's some
Uh,
draft day stuff right there.
dude, the it really hurts. Like, how can you be that inept as an organization? How are there not people around you basically, what are
Like
you, like,
like
slipping you, like
reeling you, like pulling you in a little bit. Like, check yourself. You're doing stupid right now.
like a cartoon, like when they take the hook out and
Yeah.
yank the person off the stage.
Yes.
There needs to be a hook. That one. So just the ineptitude is absurd. It's a professional football team, and we're treating it like it's Madden. It's Madden franchise mode, and somebody's younger brother is playing it and making, well, I changed my mind because I just had some macaroni and cheese, and now I feel like doing this. Like, seriously, that's what it sounds like, and that's what it is almost, right? So, okay, Aaron Glenn wasn't really that great of a play caller on defense to begin with. Yes, he did motivate his guys. Great, grand, wonderful. Happy about that. Not really a proven play caller, but okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, with that being said, you now hire somebody who's going to run the offense and you're not going to touch it because you will ruin it. So I want either Daryl, who's a veteran offensive coordinator who has an interview scheduled, a quarterback developer, a proven quarterback developer, or Greg Roman, a Jim and John Harbaugh guy who also has a scheduled interview and is reportedly a finalist. You get one of those two guys, and we can actually start having a reasonable conversation on how, if you then bring the right pieces in, can have maybe a 7-win season. That's how you get that 1% of you not getting fired.
Yeah, you can't shit the bed.
So many things are going to have to go right between now and the end of training camp, going into that first week of the season. So many things are, the pressure mounted to the point now where it's like, dude, you're dead man walking. You're dead man
Yeah.
walking.
But I mean, that could be in his benefit too, because at that point you have nothing left to lose. So you just need to just come out swinging at that point. So
What else is there to lose? Do you think he's going to get a head coaching job very soon after
no,
this?
no way. He's never gonna coach when he gets fired. And yes, when he gets fired. He is never going to be an NFL head coach ever again. A la
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson, Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
You're never you're never coaching,
Adam Gase, who's better? Adam Gase is better.
never gonna coach a foot. Yes, you'll be a defensive coordinator somewhere,
Yeah, he will be, most likely.
but you are not going to be the head coach of a football team. I and I mean you guys do have a lot of question marks. I mean, you Justin Fields, you're not going to have Justin Fields.
Cut. He gave up on the team, essentially. Maybe that's Aaron Glenn's fault. Doesn't matter. That relationship is over. Every Jet reporter for the last 2 months has been telling everybody that he's not on the team anymore. You might as well just pretend like he's not on the team, even though the post June 1st cuts won't happen until when it happens,
Yeah.
because that's when it makes the most sense financially to do that.
So, I mean, at that point, you're looking at another, you're spinning the roulette wheel one more time on a low cost veteran a la Kirk Cousins. And
Ah, okay.
it's not the worst thing,
No,
but
not the worst thing. At least they'll bring some competency to the room.
uh
Some
in
um,
in a room where it's needed desperately.
needed desperately, and maybe they'll bring Tyrod Taylor back if he wants to be back, and that'll be okay too. Fine. Um, Listen, man. The one thing that I will say, because I agree he's going to get fired, it's only a matter of time. Chris Banjo, the Jets need to treat Chris Banjo like Mike Westhoff. Because for him to have the amount of success that he did his first year as a special teams coach is actually like really unprecedented. What he did with that unit, they were the best unit in the league. Um, and that's with a 41-year-old place kicker. So Chris Banja, I don't know, somebody in the Jets organization needs to grow a brain and figure out that this guy needs to be treated like Mike Westhoff, and they need to parade him around. That's how good he is. So no matter what happens to Aaron Glenn, I want Westhoff there. The other thing, and I said this to you guys in the chat, and then we're done with the Jets, I hope, is that Muji, it's impossible to know what he's actually done besides front office technical work, all backed up by AG's decision making. I want some kind of report at some point this upcoming year, especially if we're sunk and the season ends, at the end of September. I want some kind of report detailing what Muji actually does in the building. And then from there, I think it'd be fair to judge him to say, okay, we want him back because he's good with the media. He's a good young front facing guy for, basically to be
In the line of fire.
in the line of fire, exactly. And in New York, that happens a lot, and that happens a lot, and especially when you have got AG there, not
He's
making it any easier for you.
he's a PR nightmare.
Oh God, dude! So the fact that Muji held it together as well as he did, that's really intriguing to me. So there's a possibility that I want him to survive any regime change, and I want, without any shadow of a doubt, Chris Banjo needs to be on this team.
Hey, Banjo's only 35. Make him your head coach.
Pay him like a head coach to stay. I don't care. Woody Johnson just bought a soccer team. Pay him like a head coach and keep him there. I don't care what it takes. I'm done
Listen,
with the Jets. Really, I'm an Islanders fan first and foremost now. Until they get their shit together, Islanders just swept the Rangers. We're feeling good about them. Let's go
go,
Isles.
go Isles. Go Isles. Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm glad we were able to get your Jets takes, but yeah, I mean, as somebody who had somebody in the building holding down the special teams as a la Rich Bisaccia when
Yes.
he took over after the whole Gruden thing. Uh, he probably should have been the one to get the head coaching job. And then we went with the shiny name of McDaniels, and that didn't work out. And then Antonio Pierce got us to win a couple of games, smoke a couple cigars, and then I feel like the pressure from us moving on from Bisaccia went over into the decision to make Antonio Pierce the guy. And I mean, Antonio Pierce was never going to be an X's and O's head coach. He's a motivator. He's a motivator of men. And that only gets you so far. Because as a head coach, you need to be able to steer the ship.
I'm happy you touched on that because let's talk about something else that hasn't happened. And I feel like it hasn't happened in a while. When's the last time, I should say, that a guy went from being a special teams coordinator to a head coach? It doesn't happen, right?
Not
And
often.
John Harbaugh was a special teams coordinator who became the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. The New York Giants, with John Harbaugh, just hired a special teams coordinator and made him the assistant head coach of the team, right? That's different. We're not seeing that kind of thing happen anymore. So there are a lot of good special teams people out there. Why don't they get head coach consideration?
The answer to your question is actually 2020 it happened. Joe Judge was the
Oh,
special teams coordinator
bad
for,
example.
for the Patriots, became the head coach of the New York Football Giants, and I think we can see why maybe that always doesn't happen.
Maybe not. Maybe it just takes that special coach like a John Harbaugh for it to make sense. But I
It
wanted
takes
Mike
us,
Westhoff to be the coach of the Jets at one point because everything else wasn't working.
yeah, I would steer clear of anybody in their 70s coaching.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Not now. Trust me, not now. Back in the day, it made sense. And yeah,
Um,
I like this dude who's 35. Keep him around, please. Please, please, please.
so with that being said, I mean, we touched on the trio of our football circle here, our football triangle, the
The
uh, the Berm-
triangle of death.
the Bermuda Triangle of football is the Raiders, the Jets, and the Giants on this podcast. Nobody makes it out alive.
Yeah, not
Uh,
yet.
with that being said, we are we're a week removed from Championship Sunday. So I guess we should talk about the two championship games and then just talk a little Super Bowl. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just stand over here or sit over here and just give a nice little golf clap for the one and the only Devontae Adams. Congratulations on being 0 and 5 in championship Sunday games.
You
So
hater watched.
I listen. No.
Did you hate watch?
No. I listen. I had him involved in a parlay, 3 catches. Thank you very much. Check that box. But you know, couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Nope.
Um,
Yeah.
my man with the old I think in his post game press out of his locker, I think they saw it was a Michelob Ultra can open in his locker. So you know what? You hate to see it, but you know
You
what?
really do.
for all the shit that he talked on the Raiders and continues to talk on them.
That's crazy, man.
Dude, just move on. Move on.
What is his problem, dude?
Listen, Jacoby Myers moved on gracefully. He got the trade out, and you know what he did? He turned it into inked a nice little contract for himself down in Jacksonville. And in his first game with Jacksonville, shouted out the Raiders and was like, you know what? Shout out to the Raiders. Good luck on them. And you guys are my dogs. And sorry it didn't work out. That's it.
It's class. That's class.
Class.
That's how you do it. That's a
Class.
professional.
That's a professional, and
Yeah.
not a professional diva.
Man, I mean, Devontae Adams, great receiver. Well, but I have respect for him as a player, but goodness gracious, man. I mean,
He fits the receiver mold.
he is totally that. He is that personified. I
That
mean, and it's not like he makes noise every week that would destroy
no,
the
no,
team
no,
he's
no,
on.
no.
It's just his mentality. It's just that, it's like you said, that diva mentality, man. And he can't get away from that. It's been with him his whole career.
And I honestly, I didn't realize it until the um the Netflix doc when they did the wide receivers.
Yeah, wide receiver. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this guy right here is feeling himself. He's
Yeah.
feeling he's
He,
feeling
he's all
himself.
about Devontae Adams.
Oh yeah, looking good in my Louis V and my good God, I can't be out here. I'm getting killed out here. And I mean, granted, Jimmy Garoppolo was throwing hospital balls, but yeah, there's a way to
You
go
know
about
what,
it.
though?
You're a
Oh,
wide receiver in the NFL. Go over the middle.
yeah, dude. Like, let's go back to the 90s, right? I mean, as
Yeah,
much
all
as
right.
Michael Irvin talks now, would he give, like,
Oh my God, man, that guy is he's a wild animal. But
he's a wild animal?
I was going to bring up the biggest diva probably of them all is Terrell Owens, right? And but you know what? That guy played in the Super Bowl like 4 weeks removed from breaking his ankle and put on a clinic.
Yep.
They couldn't stop
They
him.
couldn't, he was unstoppable. He was one of those few receivers that the team would tolerate him because of how good he was.
Dude, he had like 9 catches, over 100 yards, and was
Yeah.
just cutting on a broken ankle.
A broken ankle. Insane. I'll never forget that.
No,
That goes down as one of the
that
grittiest
that's
performances I've ever seen.
that's a dog
That's
performance.
that's a super dog.
Super dog
Super
performance.
dog. Listen, Keyshawn Johnson, right? Number one pick to the Jets in '96, goes to a dog shit team. Yeah, he says stuff like throw me the damn ball, but you know what? Went over the middle and took a beating for years
Punished.
until his body was essentially broken and he got traded to Tampa. But I mean, that was a dog. And that was not like one of these big, tough guys like you would think like a Michael Irvin. He was not that kind of player. He was just a tall, lanky guy who caught with his hands.
Yeah.
And he had toughness and he had that mentality, you know.
And you know what? Devontae Adams should, I mean, and you know what? I guess, I don't know, his counterpart, Puka Nakua, who is
Oh,
like,
can we talk about him for a second? Go ahead.
hey, I mean, he's a little bit of a basket case. He's
That's
still,
fine.
he's a little woo, but
That's fine.
he is, God, I mean, I know we talk about Jay Jettas and the Jamar Chases, and he's in that conversation.
Oh, and to maybe this is my boldest take ever on the podcast. And I saw Randy Moss play in person against the Jets. I saw him torch Darrell Revis twice in a game against the Jets. Okay. Puka Nakua, in my estimation, as crazy as and maybe you just need to be this crazy to get this label. I don't know. He's the best all around receiver I've ever seen. because not only is he a beast down the field in the passing game or with a little short pass, run after the catch, what he does in the running game goes so people don't talk about it because you don't see it. It's not the first thing that pops off the screen,
He
but
doesn't stop.
he is a lunatic in the running game. And with that dude on your team, he's on my all world team of all time because I want a receiver kicking the shit out of the guy in front of him for 16 minutes, not just in the passing game.
Yeah,
He
he's
shouldn't come off the field. That's how good he is. He should never come off the field.
and he comes off the field a lot,
He does
actually.
come off the field a lot because you know why? He gets nicked up. Because I mean, you when you play like that, you're gonna get nicked up. But what does he do? He comes back in the game. I thought he was out for good. He came back in the game, still showed out.
Yeah,
I
he
mean, we've got an all-time dog at wide receiver right now. I think in this league, I think he is one of the all-time dogs. I'm going to say that right now because in 5 years, we're going to be talking about him as one of the greatest receivers of all time.
yeah, he's the closest thing to automatic. He
Oh,
runs route. They're crisp. That game was a master class of two wide receivers on each team going tit for tat because JSN is finally. I mean, he's a rookie last year, year
yeah, this
before.
is his second year. Yeah.
So like this is they gave him the keys to the castle, and he was like, "All right, I'm
So he became Jackson Smith and Jigba came into the league as a guy who a lot of people thought was going to be a really good slot receiver. His rookie year, he was a really good slot receiver.
But that
His
was out of necessity because of having Metcalf and Lockett.
correct. So going into this second year without Metcalf or Lockett, and man, Mike McDonald's got to get a ton of credit for what he's done with it. He learned how to play every position on the field at wide receiver. That's his superpower is they line him up everywhere
Hmm.
and they get matchups wherever they want it with him now. And that is really scary and something definitely to monitor in this game coming up.
Yeah. So I mean, he had by halftime, I think he had like 7 catches and was over 100 yards. It was
Yeah.
something stupid. But
He
yeah, that
finished 10 for 153 and a touchdown.
that was a fun game. Rams in Seattle. That was a really fun game. It just didn't fall the Rams' way, and I know, a lot of people are shouting that Matt Stafford's probably the league MVP. One would one would imagine. I
Yeah.
know Drake May's going to the Super Bowl, but I don't know. It's
I think that the Patriots probably have a good year with other quarterbacks. They have to be obviously starters, but I don't want to diminish what Drake May has done because he's done an amazing job. But he's fumbled, he's turned the ball over a lot, right?
especially in
Especially these last 3 weeks.
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He has, and I think it's probably more so magnified because it's the playoffs.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that game that he had against the Texans, he looked awful. Um, and then he turned the ball over in this pass game. So,
And listen, Stafford, he turned the ball over in this last game too. I just think overall he had a better year against the tougher competition. Statistically, he had a better year. I think he is the MVP.
so, um, one would imagine he's coming back. He's
I think so.
he's an elder statesman in this league. I think, I mean, he's, in my opinion, a Hall of Famer.
I think he is. I
But
think
I
he is
mean,
the Hall of
but
Famer.
also quickly we could talk on the Hall of Fame topic real quick. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing is a sure thing anymore. Um, I mean, Eli's still looking in the windows right now with two rings and two Super Bowl MVPs.
And you know what? That there's an argument there. Okay, we could
Yes,
have a discussion.
we can have a discussion about that. But what we cannot have a discussion is about the guy that's just littered with rings and one of the winningest head coaches, period.
Yeah, and one of the winningest coordinators, period. Because before he became a head coach, and then even after he became a head coach with the Browns, he went back to being a defensive coordinator with the Patriots and then the Jets. And both of those teams won a lot. Okay. The Patriots went to the Super Bowl and the Jets went to the AFC Championship game. Bill Belichick was the defensive coordinator for both of those teams. And then before
Crazy.
that, with the Giants, they won two Super Bowls. One of them was solely based on the defense and what he did. And Lawrence Taylor didn't play with Tom Brady. So I don't care what anybody has to say about Tom Brady carrying Bill Belichick. Lawrence Taylor didn't play with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
So that's the greatest defensive player of all time speaking. When he speaks, I listen. And let me tell you, man, I mean, I really think I stand by my statement. Belichick could have gotten into the Hall of Fame just as a defensive coordinator because if he had stayed a defensive coordinator and never became a head coach, and when you really watch those older Patriots teams that they won with and what he was doing with the defense, he revolutionized the game of football, the defensive side of the field over three generations of football. Three. The 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. Okay. Three different generations of football completely revolutionized it. So the argument that he isn't a Hall of Famer, I don't care who it's coming from. I don't care what they say about cheating. Show me a team that isn't trying to cheat. Give me a break. Okay.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Look at this past year with the deal with the Niners in Jacksonville, Sala and what's his name, Duval. They were about to kill each other in the middle of the field. Okay,
Duval.
that there was clearly a case there where they thought that there was some shady stuff going on, right? But nobody kept talking about it after that. It kind of just went away. So come on, man.
Guy's got 8 rings.
Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I understand that Tom Brady was the quarterback. Tom
God.
Brady was not automatic for those first three Super Bowls. It took that team
Yeah.
to get them there,
Yeah.
for him to have those games in those Super Bowls. Uh,
Correct. Bill Polian's a piece of shit.
yeah, and the
With
fact that he wouldn't even come out and say it, like, come on, man.
just sour grapes.
It's you know what, the Hall of Fame is tarnished. It's
It,
tarnished.
it's the equivalent of Derek Jeter not being unanimously voted in into the Hall of Fame.
It is the equivalent. It is, and even more so because Derek Jeter, while he is our favorite shortstop of all time, is not the greatest shortstop of all time. So it's just
Yeah.
he's the
Yeah.
greatest head coach of all time, and it's not even
Of
close.
all time, it's not even close and is not like forget about unanimously. Like he's didn't make it.
It would have been a conversation, Pete. Think about this. If it hadn't been unanimous, like you, thank you for bringing that up. If it hadn't been unanimous, we'd be sitting here talking about how it wasn't unanimous and how I want to have a conversation with the people that didn't think that he was a first ballot Hall of Famer
Yeah.
even though he became a first, that would be the conversation we'd be having right now.
Yeah, there would still be a conversation because of how great he is.
It's just it's crazy, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
So now, not only is he not in the NFL Hall of Fame on the first go, his 24-year-old girlfriend, they're no longer together. It's just,
probably the best thing for him anyway.
man, but when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
Billy, you're in my my dog talk thoughts of the week.
You know what I think happened? I think even before this whole thing of him not getting voted in first time, I think he realized that the talk around him and what he couldn't what he was really good at for a long time was blocking
Blocking
out the
it out.
noise.
Oh yeah, he's just
Now we have years of people clapping on you and
dude,
you're not used to that.
dude got dunked on this entire year.
Called the Jets on his way out of the door from the NFL, or I should say, called the Jets last year before they hired Aaron Glenn and was interested in being the head coach. And Woody Johnson said no. That's an all time low.
Wild.
When the New York Jets don't want you to be their head coach, that's an all time low.
Mistake on the Jets' part.
Mistake, sure, but think about what a circus it was at North Carolina, right?
Oh my
Can you
God. Can
imagine what
you
the
imagine?
conversation would have been?
My God, Bill with his girlfriend on the sideline.
Calling plays or something like that, and how much of a LOL Jets it would have been every day from that standpoint. I mean, there's no winning. There's no. So you say that, but there's no winning. I think this needed to happen. I think, like I said, it finally got to him. He was like, maybe he took a step back and thought
So,
about
all
things.
right. So, do you think this like now he like goes back and he flips his hoodie up for the off season, and then he comes back just the Jedi mind master again?
Darth Hoodie is back. I'm telling you, Darth Hoodie is back, and I don't know what's going to happen at North Carolina, but
You
I
got to
think the
imagine
only
he's
thing the
coming back
dude
to
wants
the.
to do is coach, huh?
You got to imagine he'll be back in the NFL, right?
I have to think that he's going to get back if he can. And man, you look at that record right next to Don Shula's, man. I mean, it's attainable. He can not only is he the greatest head coach of all time, he could also be the winningest head coach of all time.
Yeah,
That's still a possibility.
I got to imagine he's I maybe Woody rethinks things.
We'll see if AG is gone and that's already a foregone conclusion by the end of September. And there's no real interest from a guy like a Mike Tomlin who probably will just want to do TV forever. And can I touch on Tomlin real quick?
Floor's yours.
Great for the Giants. This is not taking anything away from John Harbaugh. This is simply for just the conversation that we're having, right? For the same time frame from 2013 until this through this past year, you had John Harbaugh with elite quarterback play, elite MVP quarterback play. Okay.
Yep.
When did Ben Roethlisberger retire?
God. Give me a minute.
Let me pull it up.
I got it. So Ben Roethlisberger, he played 2022.
Right. So for his career, he was hurt, especially towards the end. He took a beating because he was
Dude,
Big Ben.
Big Ben was in traction for the last 4 years at least.
A long time, right? When was the last? I know he retired in 2022, but he probably hadn't been elite in a few years.
He was still good
He
though.
was still good. Don't get me wrong. He was still really, you'd be lucky to have him as your quarterback. But we're not talking about the same level of player when we're talking about Ben Roethlisberger, the latter half of his career, compared to Lamar Jackson, what he's done through now. I
Yeah.
mean, you could make a very clear argument that Mike Tomlin has done a lot more with less at that position. So the fact that the Steeler fans booed him out the door the way that they did in that last game, that was actually really, really shameful for them to do that. Okay, you know what? You got Mike McCarthy. I like Mike McCarthy. I think he could bring you a lot of success. Maybe it'll wear off though after like the third or fourth year. Maybe you'll win 12, 11 or 12 games the first couple of years. It'll look real nice. Okay, we get a quarterback in here. Maybe there's something going. It'll just wear off like it did everywhere else. Okay.
Yeah.
What you had was the ultimate dog head coach for 18 years, 20, what
Dude,
was it?
18.
18 years. You had the ultimate dog at head coach that no matter what was going on with the team, no matter what the shortcomings were with the team, you were
Never,
always in
never,
the conversation.
never had a losing record.
Never had a losing record. He's in the conversation. Did win a Super Bowl. Okay. I've got a big problem with the way that he was treated out the door. I think it was shameful. And if I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm feeling a certain way about that. Not only am I doing TV, I just had a first class organization basically crap all over me. But for the last 5 years, I haven't had a quarterback. We go to the playoffs every year. That's really impossible to do. So I'm sorry.
People
I
can't
got
do it with a good quarterback.
I got no respect for it. None whatsoever. Mike Tomlin is one of the best head coaches, and I wouldn't blame him if he decided to be in TV forever. Because again, that's a first class organization in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's the way they treated him out the door, where man, he should have been celebrated and they should have they should have celebrated his whole career. That's how they should have ended it. Instead, they booed him out the door. That is loser bullshit. And I hate it and I have no respect for it. And that's I'm done. My rant's over. But I needed to go on a Mike Tomlin rant. I'm sorry.
No,
Be in
fair.
TV forever. Go and be happy and have people actually appreciate what you do.
Yeah, I absolutely. Um, yeah, pretty honestly, just this whole year of coaching was just the way dominoes just bam, bam. And that like Mike McDermott getting the old that situation in Buffalo.
Oh,
Like, yeah, that's what's in the water or something?
so what I think it is, and you know, the national media doesn't have time to spotlight the dysfunctions of every organization in the NFL. But I
Boy,
think
but when
we're
it
seeing there are a lot of really dysfunctional organizations in the NFL.
boy, when it like when they dysfunction.
Bad, like the Colts, right? I mean, they're one of those teams that kind of like repetitively dysfunction, but not a lot of people talk about it because it's Indiana, right? They're middle of the country. They've got their hardcore, tiny ass fan base.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. I feel like if you're in it, like in like your your fandom takes you into like your circle. Like when you're in it, everything is just like amplified. Like and
Yes.
it's just like the world. Like I'm sure everyone in bumfuck Indiana are this is unbelievable. I can't again, this is happening.
Yeah.
And like the Neanderthals up in Buffalo, New York that are throwing themselves through flaming tables. So, oh my God, you can't catch a break. Like it's just, yeah, I, yeah,
They are
I,
the greatest. They really are like they're a treasure. you know,
And,
and I'm
and
supposed to hate him, but I love him.
and I'm sure you catch people down in H-Town. Oh my God, the Texans! This is just unbelievable. This Stroud guy can't. This is our luck. It's everywhere. It's every team you go to. But yeah, on when the spotlight's like, oh, over here, it's
Great point about the Texans. Remember when they had, and listen, obviously, I have nothing against pastors, okay? But when they had the pastor, okay, the team pastor was making organizational decisions with no NFL experience. That's a professional football team that did that. Again, obviously, I have nothing against pastors. That's not the point.
yeah, we're not. I gotcha. We are not blaspheming here on Dog Sports.
It's not even that. It's that like, what are you good at? What are you good at in life? And what kind of experience do you bring to the table? It's not making football decisions for a professional football team. That happened. We forgot, like that wasn't that long ago. And that was in the middle of the whole Deshaun Watson stuff.
He
So thank you for bringing up Houston.
imagine being in Cleveland. Like, oh my God, this
Yeah.
paying this guy $260 million and he's not even on the field. He's never going to be on the field ever again for us. Like that's where you're at. And Shador Sanders, Pro Bowler. Pro Bowler Shador Sanders. Meanwhile, you have somebody who is in the conversation for probably comeback player of the year in down in Duval. You got
Yeah.
long hair flowing Trevor Lawrence,
He had a good year.
balled out this year, sitting at home tomorrow.
Why is
Like
he not in the Pro Bowl?
because Shador is.
And Joe Flacco is, by the way, too. Joe Flacco made the Pro Bowl, but I don't have anything against Joe Flacco.
Yeah. So, but back to Championship Sunday, we saw the Rams lose a close one. Patriots, they won a stinker of a game. That was that was a bad watch.
Yeah, yeah, it was an ugly game from an offensive standpoint. It definitely was a throwback game, in terms of field position, defense, special teams. So I'm not surprised, especially, I mean, that field deteriorated.
But it did it real fast once the
Yeah,
snow kicked in. But again, that was a Denver team that was not what should have been. Bo Nix blowing his ankle out.
yeah, that was crazy.
That's that's as rough a beat you can really
So I think it was reported, I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go back, but I think it was reported that he came into the game with an underlying injury.
I saw that.
And I guess the way that he slid
It
to
just
center the
everything was
ball,
just it exacerbated everything, and then that slide, that botch slide that he did, just was the icing on the cake for his ankle, and that's it. There
let's
you go.
see, icing on the cake, because it was an ice field. I mean,
Yeah, it-
so I get that he slipped. I mean, it's really unfortunate. It sucks for him. I hope he comes back, on a decent schedule where he doesn't actually threaten his career. But man, I don't know if he's going to play next year.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna wish ill on careers, but hey, fish and rod.
Hey, what's your take? No, serious question, because he's a great coach, and we're not talking about is he a great coach or not, but is he a good person? Sean Payton.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's an
What
asshole.
what does he think that he could just talk out of his ass about a guy's injury?
I know. He just
I don't know, man. I don't get him sometimes. He's a weird character to me. at
he
times.
he is an odd duck. But yeah, I guess I mean do they I guess maybe there's friction between him and old Bo. I don't.
You won't be mad about that though.
No, absolutely not. Good. Let it burn down in Denver. One last thing I need to worry about. Um,
Um, Man, could we talk about? And I like. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, dude, but Mike Vrabel. I mean, let's be honest. I know that everybody's going to argue the easy path, and they didn't play any quarterbacks, and they played the NFC South, and they played the Jets twice. Okay, I get all that, but you can still
hey,
only.
they lost to the Raiders, baby.
They,
Let's just put that out there. But
you,
yeah, as our the last pod, this was my because you did say previously that the team that got Mike Vrabel won the
no
offseason,
matter what happened
no
after
matter
that.
what happened. And you know what? We can look back. That will be correct. That's check mark right there. Um, but what I said was in the last pod, there's two things that need to happen. You get your head coach that can coach the team. You get the quarterback that can play, and then you marry them together, and it's that easy. It's almost like it's that simple. Good head coach, good quarterback, peanut butter and jelly. That's what we're doing here.
And even though Vrabel interviewed with the Jets, they did not have a quarterback. If you want to say Rodgers, that's fine. I mean, what I'm saying is not a future at quarterback that you can
You
hang your
don't,
hat on for
you did
five to
not
10.
have your, all right, good head coach, franchise quarterback,
Franchise quarterback or young, talented quarterback
young,
that can
talented
become a
quarterback
franchise quarterback.
with the potential of a franchise quarter. Check the box. Bam. That's what the Patriots did. They checked
Yep.
that box, and guess what? Where are they?
Back in the Super Bowl.
Back in the damn Super Bowl.
I didn't think it would happen this quickly, but here we are.
Fast. Life comes at you
Life
fast.
comes at you real fast. So again, a guy that, I really wanted my team to hire was in the building, and a really, really good owner who makes really, really good business decisions and football decisions saw that and said, "Hey, Gerard, it's been a nice 5 minutes, but we're going to
Yeah.
go in a different direction."
Yeah, we thank you for your time, and you know what? This isn't working out. We respect everything that you've done for this franchise, and we're gonna move on. Hey, Mike, welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, you want to come play for a real organization that's actually interested in winning? So yeah, they're back in the Super Bowl. My nightmare of nightmares. Can that lead us into the next point that I would like to talk about? The Seahawks and Sam Darnold.
Okay.
I, there are a lot of Jet fans out there that were just hate watching all over the place. Okay. Now, I was a huge, huge Denver Bronco fan last weekend because the last thing I want to see is the Patriots back in the Super Bowl and winning it, especially with a first time or with their head coach that just came back and it's their first year in this new regime. Sam Darnold, though, I never hate watch because what he had to endure, not only with the Jets and that media, what he had to endure with the Panthers, the Niners, and then after a 14-win season the year before in 2024 with the Vikings, came back and said, no, 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 actually, I forgot to call back.
Yeah. Woo.
It was me that forgot to call back. And oh, here's another 14 wins. Oh, and that's never happened before in the history of the NFL. No
Yeah.
quarterback has ever won 14 games in back-to-back seasons. That's the first time. And so happy for
And he
this
did with
dude,
two
man.
different teams.
I'm so, and you notice if you watch the presentation at the end where they give him the when they give him the George Halas trophy, he mentions specifically, "I'm really really happy to be on this team with these players and these coaches." And then he celebrated the fans after that. And the way he said it, I was like, "Oh, this is Sam Darnold on his like villain arc." I'm so in. I
Yeah,
love
I
this
mean,
dude. He is a dog
dog.
because so many people wrote him off as a guy who would just continue to choke under pressure. I may have been one of those guys, and he proved me wrong. He shut my ass up.
Minnesota has to be kicking themselves right now.
Yeah, and they fired their GM yesterday. So what does that tell you? That tells you that nobody there is happy. And apparently it was reported, we get some reports, whether true or not, but we're going to listen to them. Reported that Kevin O'Connell went to him and was like, "Hey, dude, this guy JJ, yeah, he might be good and all, but
He's
you
not ready.
want to bring someone else in here,
Yeah. Yeah. You might want to keep Darnold.
or like at least bring someone else in here." They
Yeah.
didn't even do that.
Yeah. Call Kirk back up.
That was an option. Bringing in Aaron Rodgers was an option.
Daniel Jones was on that roster.
Daniel Jones was on the roster. I keep forgetting about that. So that is such a massive failure. We were just talking about dysfunctional organizations. That's got to be, man, that last offseason, that's got to be one of the bigger ones. And as far as the quarterback play and the
Yeah.
quarterback decisions, but really happy for Sam, dude. I'm going to be rooting for him hard in the
Yeah,
Super
no, I
Bowl.
mean, yeah, obviously I wouldn't expect you to be flying the New England flag. I think that defense is of Seattle is just it's top notch. And if Drake May continues to struggle like he has this postseason, could be a problem for him. Um, yeah, I this is like the universe correcting itself, and all they need is to call Marshawn Lynch up for a 1 yard touchdown run
Yes.
just to exercise the demons of past. Um, yeah, I if anyone in listening to this and watching, if you want to lock something down, a Walker touchdown run. Um,
I like it.
just boom. There's gonna be no passes at the 1 yard line in this game.
And then something to watch out for too, man. Drake May was he's had a shoulder issue since the last game where
Dude, he's been running the ball a lot.
yeah. So I don't know if he's 100% healthy. They said he also had an illness. I don't know how significant. It probably won't be significant enough for it to mean anything come game time because we're still 8 days away.
Dude,
So
it's a Super Bowl. They are gonna be juiced up
yeah.
to the gillies right now. As long as you're not Rashid Shaheed missing your team flight, which is not accurate.
It's not accurate, but I guess it was a tweet.
Yeah, that's folks, you can't believe everything that you see on the internet. Um, so,
You
but
can, however, believe in verified accounts of AI chatbots creating a Reddit style community for themselves and then creating a religion based on the name of that said website. If you don't believe me, go look it up.
uh,
I digress.
oh my God, this is the world we live in right now.
But anyway, man, when you said before, really hit home too with the Seahawks defense. Oh,
Yeah,
this is a unit.
defense wins championships, and when you're the number one defense in the league,
Then really, when you look at their back end too, because you look at their front seven, and it's a problem. And then you look at their two corners, and you're just like, dude, like that's disgusting. Like they've got ridiculous talent on that defense. It's not, and it's former first round picks from other teams that they've acquired, like the Leonard Williams of the world.
yeah,
Uh, and then they're the the dude from Texas that they got, who was also a first round pick, like just dogs everywhere.
Byron
Byron
Murphy.
Byron Murphy, thank you. Just dogs everywhere. And I think you're right in this case. And I don't want to take anything away from the Patriots defense because Christian Barmore, when he's on the field, they have technically the best pass rush in the league. But their defense is not this defense. I think Seattle's much better,
It's a
and I think they're
cohesive
the better
unit,
team.
and everything complements each other. That secondary is just disgusting. Witherspoon is a dog.
Oh man,
Um, and it's all over the place. That like top to bottom, that secondary, just the defense in general. They force turnovers, they score on defense. Their special teams is elite.
it's good.
Um,
Yep, it's very good.
they they check every box that you're looking for in a Super Bowl caliber team. Um, it's hard to, I mean, this is a la, I mean, they said the Patriots never had a shot when Brady took over for Bledsoe and they shocked the world. So
It was.
I can't say that
Yeah,
the Patriots are down now, because when you do that, they're going to be raising another banner, and
yeah.
that's, I will say, on the Patriots end, it just shocks me how much that Travion Henderson, he disappears.
Man.
Like,
And you know what it is? And I read early in the year, it's a good thing you brought that up. He was in the doghouse with
yeah,
Vrabel.
it shows, because any chance they get to showcase the run game when Ramondre Stevenson is available, it's the Ramondre Stevenson show. And it's on the ground, it's in the air. Like he does it all. Which and Henderson is capable of doing all of that. And he's shown that he can be an elite level rusher when given the opportunity. Because in open space, he's dog.
That's a great point, dude. I in years past, they didn't give Stevenson these kind of ops on offense in the passing game. And man, is he shown he's balled out in the passing game. And
He's like Kevin Falk on crack. Like
yeah, he is. And
like
he's a big dude.
they used to dink and dunk Falk, and yeah, he's a bigger guy, and he rumbles.
It makes you wonder, like, would Vrabel have taken Henderson if he knew what he? Because I don't think he knew what he had with Ramondre Stevenson. I don't think he thought that he was that player in the passing game. And I wonder if he would have taken Henderson had he known that. But now they just have more riches because eventually this guy is going to get it together, I'm sure, and become their next bell cow. So,
Yeah, this is like the rookie wire. That's like, all right, you're the rookie running back. We don't trust you completely, but year two, all the Travion Henderson is this. Oh my God, did you see what he put on the tapes? Like
Yeah,
him busting big runs, looking down the sideline, asking, "Should I score this touchdown?" As he's full sprint.
yeah.
Like,
And what you touched on before about, don't just write the Patriots off. It's so true. Because again, what do we have? We're going to look at the quarterbacks, we're going to look at the defenses, we're going to look at the special teams, we're going to look at a lot of different things before we look at the coaches. Mike McDonald, this is his second year as head coach. He's done a phenomenal job with a capital P. And I don't want to take anything away from him, but he's a second year head coach going up against a guy who's been doing this for a little while now and
yeah,
has had some success with two different teams now.
two different teams. Not his first rodeo. He's
Not his first rodeo.
been to AFC Championship game before previously with the Titans, and now he's made the next step.
A lot of what happens in these Super Bowls when it comes to close games is that one play, that one decision, Pete, a la Pete Carroll, right? Marshawn Lynch,
So it's a layup decision.
and they fumbled it. They 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 threw an interception, but you know what I mean. They fumbled
Yeah,
the bag.
it was right there.
It was
You're
right there.
you're at the 1 yard line with the most punishing running back at that time.
Oh, at the time, without a doubt, no question about it. No question about it.
Like this is Marshawn Lynch that had the what are they called it, the beast mode,
Oh yeah, beast mode
the
Skittles.
the Quake run when he
Yeah, that's right.
when he stiff armed the Saints out of their shoes and then grabbed his junk to score a touchdown. Like that was the Marshawn Lynch that they had, and instead they opted for a 1 yard quick slant route that got picked off at the goal line.
So don't sleep on coaching decisions because
Yeah.
again, it's a second year coach. He did a great job in the playoffs to this point. So I don't want to take anything away from him again, but this is a different animal.
So, I mean, I probably already know your answer, but if you had to today, right now, a week and a day away from the Super Bowl, who's holding up the Lombardi?
The Seahawks, and you're probably going to be surprised. I'm going to say I don't think it's going to be that close of a game. I don't think that we're looking at a 10-7 game like the one that the Patriots just played. I think it's going to be more like a 42-21 type. I think for most of the game, it'll be close. And then towards the end, I think things for the Patriots are going to fall apart.
See, I think I am going to agree with you at this moment right now. The Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl, and I think this is going to be like one of those. They are going to come out and they are going to pop the Patriots in the mouth early.
Early.
And like this is like our boy that is on the flight, Rashid Shaheed. Like this could be like opening kickoff return for a touchdown just to like stun you. It's like the stun of the crowd. Like, oh shit. Like, wait,
Good call on that. That might be a good bet for an anytime touchdown because Gonzalez is going to be manned up on JSN as
JSN.
much as he can.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I think there'll be points aplenty in this game. But yeah, I wouldn't look like for the usual suspects. I would definitely like Rashid Shaheed. Just this has his fingerprints all over it. On the Patriots end, I feel like Hunter Henry is going to be in that mix.
I like that pick.
Um, I also we I feel like Travion Henderson could break one.
Absolutely.
Like it just takes one cut and
He's a
he
bird. He takes him to the house. So
yeah, he makes house calls. So
yeah,
um but yeah, I think in this moment right now, I think the Seahawks are your Super Bowl champions. But
and I think Sam Darnold is going to win MVP.
oh man. Oh, big Darny.
Yep, and it's going to be wonderful, and it's also going to hurt a little bit at the same time.
De- Definitely some sting. Listen, there's some sting on my end because he was an option for us,
Right?
and we did not pursue that because of a man named Pete who was supposed to save my franchise. Old bag of bones.
You really hate to see it.
Oh, you do. But yeah, great great chatting with you. I'm
Oh,
glad we got you back on the pod. Um I know everyone's scattered right now, but I think next week we'll look to get one more before the actual Super Bowl. That will be hopefully our first annual Dog Talk
oh,
Sports Awards. The doggies gonna give out some awards to some lucky individuals. I know we already have rant of the year has been a unanimous vote. You will get those results, but we have some more categories that will come out in the coming days. So we'll look to have a as Zach calls it, the mega cast. So we'll get Mr. Zach back on. Dano, get you on with hopefully Raymond and maybe a few surprise guests. But yeah, man, Super Bowl's coming up in a week. Hopefully, by this time next week, the Las Vegas Raiders will have hammered out a deal for a head coach, but he has to compete in the Super Bowl first.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that's just a formality as these things go. But yeah, do us all a favor, like, subscribe, shout us out on the socials, comment. We'll interact with you. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, so we will see you all again next week on Dog
Oh,
Talk Sports. Oh.
I'm